connection with Yahweh Shai because we think that type of stuff is hilarious. Like he's building up Esau. You're gonna go to space right now, boy. You're about to get some space pass. And he's all up in the space, thinking he's a shit. But here comes a fucking chariot. Here comes Marakab. Just one, a little tiny one, a little light, a little dot light. Fucking their whole space fleet up. And we're getting mad at that little dot. What the heck, bro? I wanted a piece of that action. That's how the angels are gonna be. I think that's how their demons are gonna be like this. Whoa, they're gonna step back off of all those Edomites, and then they're gonna get the word to go and fuck them up. Because I remember the Apostles Hart talking about that. They're gonna be like those demons are on top of them. They're gonna be in their little F-35s. Yeah, turn like this, turn like that. Yeah, shoot them right here. And then they're gonna just get off of them and then turn into a chariot that's gonna destroy them. That's how scary these guys have to deal with.
It's scary to them though, but to us, we know.
And then the beautiful part about that is when we, like I said right here, when we understand that Thou hast planted them, yeah, they have taken root, that we're gonna be okay because He's the one putting us in the garden. He's the one putting us in the garden of evil. And then he's making us go around. Hey, don't touch that fruit. Hey, don't touch that. Don't do that. That's why they're mad about it.
The wheat and the tares.
Mm-hmm.
The wheat and the tares amongst each other, but one day they're not going to be amongst each other. The tares are going to have to be
torn,
burnt up.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to get rooted up. Yeah, because they grow. Yeah, they bring forth fruit. Thou art near in their mouth and far from their reins.
So it says, thou art near in their mouth. So when these wicked people, when they're doing what they do, it's the Lord that's making them speak. It's the Lord that's doing it.
It's fucking scary, huh?
It's scary. But then it says, and far from their reins. And reins means mind. So even though he's the one that's making them talk and do all this, he's still far from their mind.
And because the reins are for horses. And a rein you put inside their mouth because that's the only way you can control the horse. Turn this way, turn that way. Whoa, and then in Mexico you say cho. And then you pull on the reins and that stops the horse. Then you say, oh, and then that goes. Well, we have reins in our mouth. And those reins are the names. Because you will not commit sin if you have those reins. You will not. You'll be forgiven for your shit. But you'll feel guilty. And that's the reins. These people don't feel guilty. But thou, O Yahweh, knowest me. Thou hast seen me and tried mine heart towards thee. Pull them out like sheep for the slaughter and prepare them for the day of slaughter.
Jeremiah is telling Yahweh to pull these wicked people out like sheep, pull them, drag them out so that they could be slaughtered,
Yeah.
Because that's what's supposed to happen. But he's saying, but thou, O Yahweh Bashimi Shai, knowest me. Thou hast seen me and tried mine heart towards thee. That's why we're getting tested and tried all the time.
Because he knows that we're with him, We're with him.
And sometimes it's not a big deal, but sometimes it is. Like, I was at the Jalisco's trying to get a burrito, but this motherfucker grabbed the spoon with the pork and he dripped it in the beans, and I just left. I just left. And that's that story. That's how that is. I wasn't about to eat no pork.
Imagine if you didn't see that,
Yeah,
So now I'm off of that. I'm like, I'm not even gonna eat that stuff anymore.
Got a precept. You might
Go ahead.
There's Ecclesiasticus 5:8, and it reads, "For thou seest the oppression of the poor, and by perverting of judgment and justice in the province. Marvel not at the matter, for he that is higher than the highest regardeth, and there be higher than they."
Read that first part again.
That's it. Okay. "If thou seest the oppression of the poor, and violent perverting of the judgment and injustice in the province." That one.
Yeah, that's the oppression of the poor.
And then he's the one that sees everything, because it's all in perspective, right? So this is a good experiment for perspective, so you can see how he sees things. Go talk to a tall girl, try to rap to her, and then talk to a short girl. You're gonna like one more than the other, even though they might have the same qualities. Try to pick them the same, like the same C cup, same thing. But you're gonna like one more than the other because one of them looks different, and the other one looks, and she's gonna see you in different eyes. If the bitch is this tall, she's looking at you, she's looking at this part.
Yeah.
And if the bitch is this part, she's looking up your nose and all that shit. So there's a different perspective to that. And I was like, man, that's fucking tight, because I realized that because, you know, the girls that I work with, one of them's tall and then one of them's short, but they both look good.
Oh, that's spirit, because I do work, like I said, girls too. One of them was like this tall, and then one of them was like this short.
But they look, so which one is more appealing to you? You don't know, right?
Yeah.
You don't know. But Yahweh does know. He sees things differently, but you see how you see things differently? You see both of those women differently, and you're not gonna go put your eggs in that basket because that other basket looks pretty good too. Alright?
Yeah, because they have different spirits. We all have different spirits.
So if there's a spirit being tested, it's being tested by the Father of spirits. Yahweh's testing that spirit to see how it's gonna react, how it's gonna be. Shit, you raise roosters, you're gonna let them spar, and then you're gonna see which one does a little better, and they'll all come from the same family. But one of them is gonna do better than the other one. Then one of them has to lose, and they move fast. So when your eyes get to see those feet, and they move fast, that means that you're on a different level. So you got to keep learning and acquiring new skills, because you could look at those girls in a spiritual way, because I know you do. If you were to look at them in a carnal way, you would have picked probably the tall one.
In the carnal way, perspective, yeah.
But you're looking at things in a spiritual way. You're waiting for them to say something spiritual, but they're not looking at you like that. They're looking at you differently. But they're both looking at you differently. And then there's like, how do you look at Satan? How do you look at Esau? How would you look at Esau? You got to test his spirit, right? He will say things to let you know he is Satan. Like I was at an event yesterday, and this Edomite was in the church, and he had a shirt that said extreme violence, and he was a veteran. So right away, my spirit was like, oh, this is an Edomite. You probably want to talk about guns, hunting, stabbing shit with knives.
Yeah, because then the Edomites love their rifles.
Yeah.
And their knives and shit.
They'll take that rifle apart, know every bolt and part that goes together, and they'll put it back, take it apart, put it back, take it apart. They'll be in a firefight. Oh, my gun's not firing right, and they'll fucking take it apart right then and there and fix it. Jakes can't do that. You have to be trained to do that. But what we can do is break this down for you. And this is war. We can break this down. Because look at what it says. But thou, O Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, knowest me. Thou hast seen me and tried mine heart towards thee, to see if you're compatible with the Spirit.
Keep
Alright. Pull them out like sheep for the slaughter, and prepare them for the day of slaughter.
So Jeremiah, he wants Yahweh Shimei Shai to pull these wicked people out like sheep so that they could be slaughtered one day, which is called the day of slaughter. And the day of slaughter is when these nuclear missiles, these ballistic missiles come and butcher these wicked people.
Goats.
Yep.
So that's going to be like violent. That's going to be extreme violence, because when you pick out a sheep, you already know by looking at all of them, this one has the most meat. I'm going to take it. It has the most wool. I'm going to kill it.
Well, and then too, they're going to be all together, so it's going to be like a
Like the
like
scripture says,
a one shot or
two are going to be in the field and one's going to be
a
taken.
one shot kill or something.
Two birds with one stone.
Yeah.
This is going to be like people are going to be dropping dead.
They're gonna be killed in bunches, is what it means,
So remember, the Lord said that the ravens are going to get their feast, because their bodies are going to be all on the streets of Babylon. So there's going to have to be something to cause people to get out of their homes and run. It's going to be catastrophe, and they're going to be and then they're going to drop dead. They're just laying out on the street, and the birds are going to be poking at them. Jeremiah 12:4. How long shall the land mourn, and the herbs of every field wither, for the wickedness of them that dwell therein? The beasts are consumed, and the birds, because they said, he shall not see our last end.
So this is the wicked that's making this happen. The wicked is making the land cry, and not only that, but the herbs are not even.
They're withering.
Yep, the herbs are not that good anymore. The fruit is not that good anymore.
That's spiritual, because the herbs are what heal you, but he's taking them herbs and keeping them for himself. This just makes me think about Esau. This is a straight up Esau of herb. The scripture. How long shall the land mourn, and the herbs of every field wither, for the wickedness of them that dwell therein? Who's controlling everything?
Somebody has to be in control. It's not like, okay, because the Lord's not here yet. The Lord's not here yet,
It's not like Super Smash Brothers, where all those fucking characters are just bombing on each other. Everybody against everybody. It's not like that. There's certain set situations that have to happen one after another.
This devil is roaming free right now.
And the scriptures are going to speak volumes about him, because if we put in all these videos out, and then Edomite's going to look at it, or anybody in the world's going to look at it and be like, man, you know what, this sounds like these people over here in America, because they're all over the place with their bases and shooting people and trying to be the police of the world.
That's true.
Man, get the fifth one. Read that one again. Yeah, that one's good. Jeremiah 12:4. How long shall the land mourn, and the herbs of every field wither, for the wickedness of them that dwell therein? The beasts are consumed, and the birds, because they said, he shall not see our last end.
So even the birds and the animals are consumed. That means they're getting less and less. Like they're getting like almost extinct.
That's the spirit, because I sleep and I have the TV on sometimes, and there was a show talking about a Burmese python being brought to the Everglades in Florida, which was devastating the ecosystem, killing all the foxes and the deer and the marsupials and the rodents, wiping them shits out, because the Esau lets this shit happen. Esau is that snake that consumes everything. He's that great serpent, that devil that the scriptures speak of.
And in that last part it said, he shall not see our last end. That's because Yahweh Shema Shai is not going to see these wicked people's last end. That means there's no future for these wicked people. You know, like they say, there's no future in it, or no future in your front.
No future in your front.
You know, there's no future for these wicked, for the wicked.
I got a precept. This is Obadiah 1:18. And the house of Jacob shall be fired, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Most High has spoken it. So,
and when it says house, that's talking about the race. You know, the race.
how you said about, yep.
They said there ain't gonna be no more house of Esau.
And the Most High ain't gonna take it back because He spoke it.
There ain't no future for Esau. You see?
Yeah, because it said right here, he shall not see our last end.
Yeah.
Esau ain't gonna see nothing.
Yeah. Like us, we have a good last end. We have a happy ending.
And that ending is perfect, because the ending for this scripture to that scripture is this: we're gonna get beamed up, and these are gonna be our last bodies, and they're gonna be disintegrated, and we're gonna get new bodies. So when Jacob becomes a flame, and when Jacob and Israel become a flame in a fire, that's gonna be our new bodies, and we're just gonna be fucking shit up. Lasers are gonna be shooting out of our eyes without us thinking about it. We're gonna be able to hear these Edomites 2 or 20 miles down into the earth. Talk about they're right above us. And then we're just gonna go and pull them out like sheep.
Imagine that. We ain't gonna see no more so-called white people on this earth.
But you know what's the best part about that? Have you ever seen in the like, there's something called the National Geographic's Omaha, the Wild Kingdom, and you see how animals act. Sometimes when an animal gives into submission, it lays down and opens its legs. Well, when these Edomite women see it's coming, they're just gonna lay down for us. They're just gonna lay down for us, and you're gonna be so in love with that bitch, and she's gonna betray you at that moment. I'm not gonna take her. You know why? Because there's women out there in other planets way fucking finer, and they've been bred for us. You ever see a dog get all upset because you're leaving? That's gonna be these Edomite women. Oh, why didn't you take me?
And Jake be taking the Edomite woman too, you know?
Yeah. Right now they're okay because we got those weak physical bodies. We have those manly eyes. Like I was watching those Instagram videos, and there was a carload of princesses that worked for Disneyland, and I gotta admit, the one that had my eye was an Edomite girl with blonde hair, and she had freckles on her face. I was like, damn. And the other girls were dark in it, but I was like, damn. I don't know why, because we're living in this wicked society, and it's that kind of stuff is promoted. So they're beautiful in our eyes. But if we had, if we were in our kingdom, we'd be having some fine darkies. You know, some beautiful brown women. But that's in the future. And Esau's not going to see that future.
So if you could hold on to Proverbs, also like Isaiah 32:7, and if this could brother remember that scripture.
Yeah, 22:7.
Yeah, bring that one out.
Right now?
Yeah.
Okay. This is Proverbs 22:7. The rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is a servant to the lender.
So the rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender. So we're borrowers. How do you say it? Borrowers.
Yes.
Borrowers, because there's something called a credit system where you could dip yourself into, you know, and get what you need, you know, without money, and that's called a borrower.
Mm-hmm.
And it says the borrower is a servant to the lender. So a servant is a slave. So we're slaves to the lender. You know, who's the lender? Esau and the heathens.
Yeah.
And some of our people, they like to join him. You know, they like to join, you know, Esau and their wickedness.
Because they think success is measured by a little piece of paper that you get from a university or college. And you put that bitch on the fucking wall, and all of a sudden you're a motherfucking expert. And let me tell you, that shit is bullshit, because my supervisor is a motherfucking expert, but she doesn't know how to do a goddamn thing. She's setting the whole team backwards. Okay, so let me put it like this. There's a stack of files this big on her desk that would have took me 2 or 3 days to fucking knock out. They've been on her desk for 2 weeks. Because she has a piece of paper that says that she's smarter than me, and she knows how to do it better than me. So I better listen to her because of that piece of paper. But I'm over here space jamming. I'm like, man, this shit is easy. I'm just fucking knocking them out. But I'm like, but then she asked me, hey, can you do all these like it's magic? Like, yeah, I'm gonna. She wants me to say yeah, and I tell her the truth. I tell her, look, that's not gonna happen. Because there's 30 files, and the logic is for me, and it's always worked. Look, you said that takes you 20 minutes to do one app. You do 3 apps in an hour. That's 12 apps for the rest of the day. So it was after lunch, and she wanted me to do 30 apps in fucking 4 hours, and then I still had to take care of my other duties. So you have to take care of yourself, because that piece of paper that's gonna tell that person that she or he is smarter than you doesn't work. It doesn't work. You can outthink anybody because you're in the truth. You should outthink everybody. You should be having a Bugs Bunny day every day when you're at work. Pulling shit out of nothing. But you can't always do it like that. When you're having a good day, try to do it like that. Take advantage of it. And you know what works? Working hard. Because we're Israelites. We build stuff. We do stuff. We take care of business. And then everybody says, oh, you're such a hard worker. That's all you need to do.
Yeah, so that scripture right there, we're borrowers to the lender. You know, so that makes us, we're still slaves. You know, we're still slaves in this society.
So when you know you're a slave, you're living better.
Yeah, because now we could identify who's our enemy.
Mm-hmm.
You know? You want to bring down?
So this is Isaiah 32 and what?
7.
32 and 7. The instruments also of the, it says, churl are evil. He deviseth wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy speaketh right.
Right, so the instruments also of the churl are evil. And churl means scoundrel, fraudulent, deceitful, or crafty. That's these wicked people right here, because that's what they're being. It is fraudulent.
Wicked and crafty.
Because they're bringing out
Scoundrels.
they're bringing out something that's not even true.
Yeah, they always live a lie. Like I was watching this news reel of this white man that was digging up Aztec artifacts. This motherfucker had the fucking gavan and the poncho and everything, like he was part of us. He was all. See how they try to do? They try to steal everything.
And he saw like real nosy, man.
Yeah,
he saw
real
his fucking
fucking
nosy. You could, you know, he's like,
What you
fuck
guys
outta
doing?
here.
He wants to know what he destroyed.
Yeah.
But he.
And,
Go ahead.
also like because read that again.
The instruments also of the churl are evil.
And curl, it meant fraudulent, right?
Mm-hmm.
And fraudulent is wrongful or criminal deception intended to result in financial or personal gain.
Oh man.
That's all they want, is they want power. They want more power.
That speaks a lot, because criminal Read that last part that said criminal.
It said criminal deception.
So criminal deception. The word crim means red. Crimson means red.
Yeah.
So the Edomites are
They even had a show on Nickelodeon called the Crimson Chin.
Crimson Chin.
And he was like a dude in a
Yeah,
suit.
a red suit.
Yeah, big chin though.
So Esau is wicked. And he hides himself in everything. And then when you figure it out, you get upset. Because it's worth getting upset. Because he's a liar. So he's going into outer space, making you think we're gonna go into Mars and live and habitate that planet, because he's already knows that Yahushua is on his way, or maybe even Yahushua is close enough to just boom show up all of a sudden and destroy this guy.
Wisdom of Solomon 2 and 6.
I just jumped right to it. Wisdom of Solomon 2 and 6. Come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present, and let us speedily use the creatures like as in youth.
So it said, let us enjoy.
Come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present, and let us speedily use the creatures like as in youth.
So let us enjoy the good things that are present. And that's this brotherhood right now. You know, we have to enjoy this while it's right here, right now. You know, because like the brother said, we're not going to have these bodies anymore. We're going to get beamed up out of here after this, Lord willing, you know.
And the only way we're going to recognize each other is by the Spirit.
That's right.
Yeah, I was skeptical.
Because I'm not going to look at him and be like, hey, that's Ammo one. He's going to be fucking 12 feet tall. This guy's going to be 15 feet tall. I might be 20 feet tall. But we know the Spirit. It says, come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things. And while we're together, it's a good thing. So when we're together, it's the lesson. We talk about our days. Look, this is how the church is supposed to be. We talk about what we're doing at work, which is related to the truth, and in our private lives. But we don't get into your private life. Just make similitudes, and then we start to understand the problems, and then we help each other out, and then you got the whole solution for this week, and then next week's gonna be a different thing. That are present, and let us speedily use the creatures like as in youth. Creatures being these wicked 2/3, these Edomites, the other nations, just use them. Use them. Like if you have if you're hungry, and all of a sudden they say, well, this is so and so's birthday, and she has turkey sandwiches. So now you got a win-lose situation. They're celebrating her birthday, but they got turkey sandwiches, and you don't want to pay for your food, so just take advantage. Get your food while they're saying their little happy birthdays. You get your food and you privately say a little prayer over it. Bada bing, bada boom, you're good. And now you're taking advantage of the situation. Now you're eating, and you didn't have to waste money, and you didn't have to waste gas, and you're drinking, and the people think that you're a nice guy.
Yeah.
You're winning all over the place.
Read that last part about the creation.
Creatures like as in youth. So it says, I'm gonna read it all. Come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present, and let us speedily use the creatures like as in youth.
So let us use the creatures. That's like everything that Yahweh Bashim Awashai created for us to use, like as tools, you know. Right now we could use that stuff, you know, gather that stuff right now. You know, everything, all the tools, gather it, because this is our last end.
Kind of like, YouTube, right? Through YouTube, I was able to reach out to you. And then, yesterday you told me someone that you knew from the world, told, gave you
That's
like,
right.
show you, that labor that you were showing.
Yeah. someone just hit me up on YouTube, someone who I used to work with, and I told this brother the truth before, and he hit me up, saying that glad to see that I'm still out here doing it. So I was gonna hit him back up, see if maybe we could get a chance to study or something.
And that's the work that you got to do.
Yep. I was like, I need to get that fish.
That's the work you have to do.
So I got this fish.
Yeah, and it pays off. It pays off.
Gotta be appreciated though, because brought me into the truth, and that's another fish that you can also bring him to, catch him with the net.
Right,
So,
and that's a good thing.
I haven't hit him up, but I was thinking, thinking about the right time, doing a little prayer first.
That was the right time, because how does it come to pass that he's gonna look at your videos?
Yeah, how did he find me?
The internet's like so full of everything. Like when I tried to find this brother's channel, I was searching and they were throwing all kinds of different channels, and I was like, that's not the one. It says Maracao. And I was looking, and then I found it, and I was like, yes. And then I showed my support, and then that's how it happens. So sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's hard. When it's hard, that means that there's forces working against you.
So this work is getting filtered throughout the world, It is getting filtered.
That's what I was saying with the advantages from Esau, from with the YouTube and things. Just take advantage of it,
Yeah.
Because he's doing what he can, he's doing what he can to try to stop us,
And that's what is supposed to happen. This is Wisdom of Solomon 2:22. As for the mysteries of Yahweh, they knew them not, neither hoped they for the wages of righteousness, nor discerned a reward for blameless souls. So that's what the YouTube's doing, is helping this brother to take care of his business. The whole brotherhood's business, right? Everybody has a business to do. Like when I go home, I'm going to upload these videos on the camp videos on the YouTube channel, so this brother can download them on his channel, and so that this brother can watch them.
Yeah. That's right. Because it starts with him, then it gets filtered through me, then it gets filtered it just keeps getting filtered.
And there has been other brothers from other camps hitting me up, giving me shalawams, and I give them shalawams too. We support each other. And that's part of the body that Esau does not understand. He knows a lot, but he does not understand how the body works. Like, man, it's scary, but look at how Yahushua came out of the tomb with great power.